Are you facing problems with your dog's chewing behavior? If you are, then you are at the right place. Hi guys, welcome back to the Happy Puppers. I am Dr. Shruti and today's topic of discussion is how you can stop unwanted chewing behavior in your dog. It's not necessary that dogs will have this chewing problem only when they are in their puppyhood stages. This problem can occur in various times in a dog's life. There are a few factors that are responsible for this behavior, which I will be discussing further in the video. So, if you are looking for a solution to your dog's chewing problem, stay tuned all the way to the end. If you are interested in knowing more about dog psychology, why dogs behave in a certain way, what supplements you can give your dog, what food is harmful for your dog, how to train your dog, and overall for your dog's well-being, please subscribe to this channel. I am planning to release videos every week so you can understand your dog better. You can also subscribe to the Happy Puppers, which is my blog. The link to the Happy Puppers will be in the description section, so you can subscribe to it from there and you can subscribe to the channel. Now, there is no guardian who can say that they have not faced a chewing problem from their dog. At some point or the other, you must have returned home only to find that your shoes, furniture, or clothing have been chewed up. Sometimes you may find buttons missing from clothes because your pup chewed out the button. Delta still chews buttons. That's one thing he literally hates. Like, he cannot stand buttons. So if he sees the button, he has to chew it. Once the button is dislodged, he is happy and will go back to doing whatever he was before he started with the button. So, chewing behavior is something which is not prevalent in puppies. It is observed in almost all dogs at different stages. Like Delta, your dog may chew certain specific things, or they may have a random chewing behavior. Like, it may seem that your dog is trying to chew everything, but there is a reason behind it. If your dog is chewing, then you need to find out the reason so that you can work on the root cause of the chewing problem instead of just retraining your dog. Sometimes if there is a root problem, then retraining will not help. So you need to understand why your dog is chewing in the first place before you start to correct the behavior. Most often puppies chew. Puppies of all nations, places, everywhere you will find puppies chewing. Puppies chew because they are teething. They do this until they are 6 months old. When they are teething, their gums feel very itchy. So they will try to put everything in their mouth to relieve that itchiness of the gum. So this is the point of time where you see your puppy chewing literally everything from dry walls to the sides of the table, the sides of the chair, clothes, like literally whatever they can put in their mouth, they will start to chew it. When they chew, it soothes their sore gums. That is why they are chew. That is why they chew in the first place. But when it comes to adult dogs, then they are not doing this to, get back to you for leaving them behind when you were going out or something. This behavior is probably happening because your dog is under some stress. You need to understand what is the factor, why is your dog behaving this way, so you can correct it from the root cause itself. There could be many reasons. So the first reason is that your puppy did not learn what item it is okay to chew and what is not. Look, puppies are trained during the childhood stages by their moms. The first trainers are the mom dogs, and then comes the guardian. So, like in case of Delta, he has been with me from day one of his birth. So, he does not know how to be a dog. He used to chew everything and it was my responsibility to correct him. Eventually, he stopped. Once his teeth came out, he stopped that behavior. So, I never had problems with his behavior. But if you are having problem, there is a chance that the dog maybe did not have access to toys to chew on during the childhood. It can also be that your dog is seriously bored. Dogs tend to chew on things when they are bored. Alternatively, your dog may have a really high amount of pent-up energy or is not getting the right levels of exercise. And so your dog is chewing. Another cause behind the chewing behavior of dogs is your dog is scared. When dogs are scared, they try to chew things as a coping mechanism to deal with the fear. Your dog could be suffering from separation anxiety. Finally, your dog just loves chewing or is suffering from some kind of gum problem. If you have noticed any other sign of separation anxiety in your dog, like if your dog is exhibiting chewing specifically when you are not around, it is a sign that your dog is suffering from separation anxiety. If this chewing behavior is accompanied by, a behavior that is exhibited to get out of the house, like suppose you are out and your dog is trying to chew up the wall, the garage door in an attempt to escape from the house to come and find you. If you see any such symptom, then your dog is suffering from serious case of separation anxiety that needs to be addressed. You do not address the chewing behavior, but you address the separation anxiety behavior. Alternatively, if your dog is bored, your dog obviously lacks mental and physical exercise if your dog is feeling bored. In that case, you increase the physical exercise duration. In this context, some people have actually contacted me and said that they are giving their dogs 40 minutes of exercise in the morning, 40 minutes of exercise in the evening, and their dog is still chewing up things. What to do in this case? If this is the case, then it's probably not the pent up physical energy, but it is the pent up mental energy of your dog. Your dog needs mental exercise along with physical exercise. If you are providing 40 minutes of walk in the morning, 40 minutes of walk in the evening, it's perfect. But if your dog is not receiving ample amount of mental stimulation, your dog will still be bored. So get some, find the treat type of toys like I use with Delta. You can check out my homemade dog toys video. I will have a link to it down below. You can organize a minor treasure hunt all around the house, or you can just tire your dog out indoors. I also have a video on that. I will add that link as well. So you can just engage your dog despite of staying inside the four walls of your house, and you can really tire your dog out in the house itself. You do not need to go out even for that. But you have to have a little bit of patience. You should teach your dog new tricks, new commands, anything that would get your dog's brain working. Or you can use those different treat mats and all which come in which you can hide the treats at different places and your dog will have to search it out. So this is the way you provide mental stimulation to your dog. When your dog gets ample amount of mental stimulation, when their brain is tired, they are most likely going to go to sleep instead of chewing on things. So if your dog does not have a separation anxiety problem, if your dog is getting ample amount of mental and physical exercise, is not bored, if you do not see any of these causes behind the chewing behavior of your dog, then there is a chance, there are two reasons left basically why this might be happening. Either your dog is having sore gums, which could be because of any gum disease that your pup is facing, or your dog simply needs to be retrained in not chewing the things. Sometimes they forget trainings. They are like toddlers. Dogs are basically toddlers. So there is a likelihood that they may forget what you've taught them, or they may just like the taste of something, they started to chew on it, and then that behavior came back. So in that case, you can simply retrain your dog. Or if retraining is not working, then you should take your dog to the veterinarian. Get that gum checked. If you are scheduling annual appointments with your veterinarian, that's good. But if your dog is consistently showing a chewing behavior, it needs to be addressed as soon as possible. There are certain other things that you can do to prevent the chewing behavior around the house. First, keep all the things that your dog likes to chew away. Imagine if you have a toddler in the house, you wouldn't leave the things that the baby can put in his or her mouth around, right? It's the same in case of dogs. Keep the things that you do not want getting into your dog's mouth away from your dog. Next, you must give your dog toys, not human toys. Make sure that you provide your dog with good quality toys which he or she can chew without hurting the gums. Sometimes those raw bone hides and stuffs, they really hurt your dog's gums, and you may not even know it because dogs are not going to come and tell you, oh my god, mom, this hurt my gums. Or dad, this hurt my gums. So you really have to take responsibility and make sure that your dog chews on safe items. You can provide supervised playtime to your dog, making sure that nothing out of the ordinary gets into your dog's mouth. If your dog is crate trained, you can leave your dog in the crate for a while you're working. so that you know that your dog is not chewing something that he or she should not. Make sure that your dog has a regular play time, a specific time where he or she plays, and you provide the toys. If your dog gets bored easily, you can switch the toys. Give your dog one toy, not all the toys. Then switch it out for another toy. This way your dog will stay engaged for a longer period. If you notice that your dog is chewing on something that you don't want, trade it for something that your dog really wants. Like, if I see Delta chewing on something that I don't want, like for example, let's say a button of my shirt, I will offer him a chicken. He loves chicken, so chances are he will leave my t-shirt to come and take the chicken. He'll forget the t-shirt momentarily. Once he has the chicken, he'll definitely go back to the t-shirt. So by the time he's taking the chicken from my hand, I will make sure that the t-shirt is out of his reach. This way, this is a safe way to remove things from your dog's mouth. Do not try to put your hand in and try to get the thing out. Instead, trade. Because if you put your hand in, there's a chance you may get hurt. I have a ton of times. I still get hurt because I have so many foster kids. But this is not the right way to get things out of your dog's mouth. Use an enticing treat, a treat that your dog will not be able to refuse. So, this is one way of getting things out of your dog's mouth. Alternatively, if you have a puppy and you're facing this problem, puppies will chew. No matter what you do, they will always try to chew. So you can use those dog deterrent sprays like bitter apple, etc. You can spray them on the furniture and the places that your dog regularly chews, and hopefully your dog will stop chewing it, but you will have to keep on spraying consistently. Remember that. Then provide your dog toys that he or she can chew and encourage chewing on that. You have to tell your dog, okay, this is something you can chew on, that is something you cannot chew on. So when your dog is chewing on something you don't want, trade it in. And when your dog is chewing on something that is allowed, praise the behavior. Provide treats so that your dog knows, oh yes, I can chew on this. This one is allowed. Next, if your dog has an object in the mouth and is running with it, do not chase your dog. If you chase, it will turn into a game of tug of war, come fetch, where you are fetching your dog and your dog will just keep running. So your dog will not stop. And chances are you probably will not be able to keep up with your dog if he or she is running. So don't do that. Next, be realistic about what you are expecting. You cannot expect your dog to suddenly change his or her behavior within a span of 2 days. It will take time and you will have to exercise a lot of patience. But it is all worth it. Never punish your dog. No matter how bad the behavior, punishing is never an option. If you punish your dog will lose the trust he or she has in you and will start to be fearful and aggressive towards you. That is not something you want from your dog. So never punish your dog. Most often, the solutions to problems that dogs face are very simple, but the only problem that the guardians have is that they do not have the time to deal with. So they look for shortcuts, and most often shortcuts are available in the form of punishments, shock collars, different types of, vibration collars and all. That is not the solution. Unless you have an invisible fence, a shock collar is definitely not the solution. And even then, it is not the solution. I am personally absolutely against shock collars or any form of punishment. You can train a dog much easier by love and patience than punishment. So, do you have a dog who chews on stuffs? How did you deal with this behavior, or how are you dealing with this behavior? What success have you had? Let me know in the comment section below. If you want me to make a video on a specific topic, let me know that as well. And please subscribe to the Happy Puppers, Shruti and Delta channel. If you want to see more of Happy Puppers videos, ring that bell so that YouTube can send you notifications whenever I release any video. And finally, let me know in the comment section, how did you find this video? And I guess that's it for now. I will see you in my next Happy Puppers video. Bye bye, take care.